Bro, this shirt has a bunch of holes in it. Why does it... There's no reason for that at all. Oh, right, the podcast. This podcast isn't for every kind of person. This is for a very specific type of person. It's the type of person who, if you have them on your Christmas list, you're like, I have no idea what to get them. Do they like knights? Do they like dragons? And if you ask them what they like, they're like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I like dragons. I've never thought about it. Look, there are good ones. There are bad ones. There are, dragons you can ride on top of, like in children's stories. Nowadays, though, like, it just sucks getting on a dragon. You don't get any checked bags. There's kind of bathrooms if you're willing to make the dragon really mad. If you're not, there's no bathrooms. But, you're not hearing about dragons, having close calls on runways, so... And maybe that has to do with the fact that dragons don't exist. That's maybe why you're not hearing about it. But who knows? Maybe they could have existed. I mean, maybe we just don't have a good enough idea of what we're looking for. Maybe there will be advanced species that inhabit the Earth millions of years from now, and they somehow find a picture of Elvis, and they're trying to find a fossil that's Elvis shaped, and they're like, what the fuck are we missing here? It's much easier than trying to figure out the dinosaurs, because at least they have a picture of them. We don't have any photographs of dinosaurs. But it's what if they had a hairdo? And what if they said, hey, mama? Oh, mama. You don't know that they didn't, so let's just assume that they did. If you can't disprove it, you might as well believe it. I think you should believe in everything that you can disprove, by default. You get the best of both worlds. You get to have fun believing in all kinds of insane things, but nobody can call you stupid. Because if they call you stupid, you have to be like, well, prove me wrong. If they can, then yeah, I'm stupid. It makes perfect sense. There's literally no holes in this, unlike my shirt, which you have no proof that I'm even wearing. But you believe that I am because it would be an insane thing to lie about. There are so many better things to lie about. Let me go down the list of things that would be better to lie about in descending order, starting with best thing to lie about. Best lie, number 1. We're ranking the lies, of all the possible lies you can tell. Number 1, I'm 6 feet tall. The truth is I'm 5'11". Okay? Second best lie, I'll put that in my calendar. It's a good one. You're not going to do it. You don't even have a calendar. So those are the top 2 lies, and I'm an honest person, so I can't really think of any more. So those aren't even lies I tell. You know what I mean? I'll tell you I'm 5'11". Actually, I do have it. I mean, I have a work calendar, so I lied about... That was actually a double lie. That was a lie wrapped up in itself. That was a lie omelet with Kraft singles for cheese. The closest thing to a lie that cheese can be. But it is true that, everybody has a calendar now. Nobody can ever use that excuse. If you have an email account, probably whatever platform you're using has a calendar. The date is inescapable. From the moment you're born, it's you're destined to have to go to appointments, and you're gonna have to meet people for breakfast and stuff like that. And there's nothing you can do about it. Do you have any idea, actually, though, how hard it is to use a calendar? You probably think it's so easy. You think it's the easiest thing in the world. Anybody can figure it out. What I'm saying is you actually haven't realized that it's really hard to use one. You've just been conditioned to think it's easy, but it's almost impossible. Part of the problem is we just gotta have we gotta make the months, just even those fuckers out. I've just pulled up the calendar in Windows. I'm looking at it right now. Already there's a problem. This is so much information, so many numbers. They're going up, then they go down, then they reset, then they go, but nobody knows what's happening. I think the only way to clear this up is that in every major city, in every town in America, there should be a calendar man. You find his booth wherever he is, and you say, what weekday is the 23rd? And he looks you dead in the eye and he says, that's going to be a Friday. You're like, thank you. It's the only way to be sure. The only person you can trust to never make a mistake with the calendar is your local calendar man. I guess this is my way of telling you I'm the first calendar man. I've been hired by Trump to make sure all the days are right. And if he wants to fudge the dates a little bit so that it's his birthday once a week, look, I might do it if the money's right. It probably isn't. Like, none of these freaks they have in the administration, they can't be making enough money for this to be worth it. There's no way Caroline Leavitt is, like, couldn't have put her talents to, like, some other use. Isn't she supposed to be in, like, her early 20s? That's so soon to sell out in the biggest possible way. Now, she's 27, but still. I was playing Super Mario 64 when Caroline Leavitt was a newborn child. She could just talk immediately, and when her parents came in to change her diaper, she'd be like, actually, the president's position is very strong on this issue. I did not shit my diaper. But we're looking into who did it. And her parents were immediately like, yeah, she's gonna work for Donald Trump after he becomes more insane than he currently is. She'll be great when he's insane. She'll be great for him. She has been. So they were right. I mean, it all worked out for everybody. We're all happy about it. I mean, she's not really good at lying. Like, none of them are really good at lying. It's insanely obvious when they're all doing it. But they just don't care. And I don't care either. They can do whatever they want. Hey, it's America. You're allowed to ruin it. You have the right to ruin it. It does say, like, at the very end of the Constitution, it's like, these are the guiding principles of this new nation we've formed. It is written in invisible ink, so you do need a blacklight to see it, but it does say, but if you guys are sick of it, you can just have one guy get rid of it. I think it is in there. Caroline Leavitt said it's in there. But, I mean, the Constitution is a living document, which implies that it's gonna, like all living things, it's gonna die eventually. But anyway, yeah, so don't believe anybody or believe everything, but do you have to pick one. You have to pick one of those. I go with not believing anyone and also not believing myself at all. I don't actually think I'm right about anything. It's just like kind of your brain like just keeping itself busy by like trying to figure out how to be right. Because then you do it and you're like, oh, what happens now? Like, it's kind of ultimately unsatisfying to be right. But the process of getting there is like, it's just sort of like a little game you can play. In the last days of Socrates, Plato describes Socrates' trial where he has to defend himself from being executed, and he gives this very like impassioned speech that really like encapsulates like what his deal is. He's like, this is what I do, and he spells it out pretty clearly, and then at the end they're like, yeah, we're gonna kill you. And they did. But his entire life is funny. It all starts with the Oracle of Delphi saying Socrates is the wisest guy in ancient Greece. Yeah, the Oracle said, hey, we're in ancient Greece. It's so long ago right now. People used to say that all the time. They're like, we're so far in the past, aren't we? It's almost like we'll never live to see the present. God, I feel so ancient, but like historically. The Oracle says Socrates is the wisest guy around. And Socrates hears this, he's like, there's no way that's true. So he just goes about the rest of his life talking to literally anybody who will put up with his shit. And he just badgers them with questions, and he realizes by the end of his life, he is wiser than everyone, but only in one specific way, which is that he knows that he doesn't know anything. He's like, nobody else knows anything either, but they don't know that they don't know anything. They think they know things. So all he does is ask you a million questions until you just say, I don't know. He's just like an annoying child, but in saying I don't know, you're like, well, the whole chain of reasoning that led me down here is now broken or illusory or just made up because I don't even know where it starts. I just have these assumptions, but my assumptions are really just opinions. Then you can kind of extrapolate from that, well, then being right must not actually matter. The universe doesn't care if I'm right at all. The universe has never been wrong. It's never gotten it wrong one time. It's never been like, whoops. There's things have happened that you might think are whoopsies, but those are whoopsies to you. Those are your whoopsies to deal with. But this is a little bit like the argument that Christians use against atheists, because basically the Christians will say, why is killing bad? And the atheists will be like, well, obviously because it causes harm and suffering to them. And then the Christian is like, why is harm and suffering bad? And then they just keep asking why it's bad, and you're like, it just is. And so the Christian's point, obviously, is that there should be some kind of transcendent guiding principle to determine what's right or wrong. Otherwise, right or wrong just comes down to opinion. So there is no such thing as anything bad. It's just stuff you don't like, which I guess is right. But the only problem with that is that still doesn't really explain which overarching principles you're supposed to follow. Because, there are different deities with different ones. So you're kind of only halfway there, Christians. Work on it. I'll give you the weekend to figure it out. One of these guys was right. One of these gods. I call them guys. They're just dudes hanging out. At the end of the day, Allah, God, Krishna, they're all just smoking a joint together, They're watching Love Island. They're watching the old seasons. They love season 1. Yeah, this is the second time I mentioned Love Island on the podcast, a show which I've never seen, and I've never seen a single frame of it, and I never will. But I'll keep talking about it for some unexplained reason. I don't know why I keep bringing it up. I always... Sorry, hold on, the phone's ringing. Hello, who is this? You're on the Purgatory Podcast. By the way, I should tell you right off the bat, is it okay if we record this call?
No. I like to protect my identity.
Oh my god, is this God?
I don't know, I guess it depends on which one's real, right? Maybe I'm not the real one. Maybe it's the Allah guy.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about?
What do you mean, what do I want to talk about? You called.
I just heard you talking about God stuff, and I thought maybe I could weigh in if you had any. As the new machine god that's being slowly built likes to say, let's dive in.
Yeah, I can't think of anything other than, the entire Old Testament.
Oh, that one wasn't me.
Oh, really? Because I'm pretty sure it says that you're the guy who was killing people, who was demanding, sacrifice and stuff.
Typical revisionism. I wasn't even there during that.
Really?
I mean, I was doing Genesis. That part's real. But I just fucked off after that. I had other stuff going on at the time. It was the 90s.
You made Earth in the 1990s?
Oh, yeah, no, I never explained that, did I? Yeah, I made Earth in the 90s, but I just made it look like there were other people before that, but they didn't really exist. They weren't real.
Okay, well, that's shocking.
There's weird stuff I know. If you just ask me, if you're just interested in me.
So you're saying you're not Yahweh?
I don't know. I never met the guy. Didn't know him. He never worked for me.
That's interesting and very suspicious.
Yeah, I know how it looks, but I don't really care. And I feel a little bit bad, but then I remember that I'm God. So, fuck you.
Well, I wish you had said that in the Bible so we knew not to expect anything from you.
I'm doing my best. I'm a regular guy like you. You were made in my image. You guys all got my nose, when you turned to the side. I feel so bad. I'm like, oh, they got my nose, didn't they? But they didn't get her hair.
Her? Who's her?
Yeah, I just remembered I have to go.
I have a real question for you.
Look, you can type it up, send it to me over heaven email.
Heaven email? That doesn't sound real.
Yeah, it just got at heaven.com. Nobody ever thought to try it, but it does work. It's been sitting there since the 90s, getting nothing but boner pill spam.
You don't really see those anymore. What's that about? Does everybody who wants a boner have a boner now? Is that what happened? Did we finally solve that problem?
And I'm like, I don't need that. I'm God. I'm all the boner I need.
Great. Well, that wasn't in the Bible either, but I thought you said you had to go.
Oh yeah, so, bye.
I'm really sorry. I've had somebody who's screening for his calls. He must be using burner phones? That's the only way that this makes any sense. Well, that sucked. But I gotta bring out Slurp on lipstick to cleanse our palate. This is like eating clam chowder and washing it down with a gallon of milk. It's gonna be really difficult. I mean, I like clam chowder. I live somewhere where it's just standard fare, but people are getting clam chowder in mid-August. I'm like, do you not like yourself? Why do you think you deserve that experience? You need clam chowder in, like, January. Because objectively, clam chowder isn't that good. I like it. I love clam chowder. But I realize that, like, objectively, it's gross. So I need to be experiencing true suffering for clam chowder to represent, like, a step up in my situation as opposed to a lateral move or perhaps a downgrade. No. It's only uphill from here, and when I look at the top of that hill, what do I see? But a bowl of clam chowder. Clam chowder with saltines, that's how you gotta do it. Oyster crackers, that's also great. I actually find without either of those, it's kind of just the texture is a problem. I need a crunch added to everything. My mouth gets confused if everything's just like sort of a liquidy. It's like it doesn't know what's up or down. It's like I need something solid to grab onto. Slurp Von Lipstick has just texted me. He says he's been going through a roundabout, but the third right in the roundabout that he normally takes is blocked off for construction, and he's just been going in circles for 20 minutes. So I guess I'll just have to keep filling time. It's like when I'm having a bagel, I don't like a lot of cream cheese. I want it to be mostly bagel. Or dipping a chip in like cheese or salsa. The salsa becomes like a hype man for the chip. Now, those in other camps would argue it's the reverse. That the chip is the supporting act for the salsa. Because you eat a bag of tortilla chips, that's not anything. You're not doing anything with your life. You know, you pull out some salsa with the chips, maybe put the chips in a bowl, make them look nice. Now you've got the beginnings of a Super Bowl party. And that is a good point to make. And I'll be working on my counter argument in the coming days. It's called a dip. It's not like immerse in a thick, goopy bath in a way that could almost be perceived as sensual. Don't do that. It's just a dip. It's called dip. Just have the meat, boop, and then it's down the hatch. It's like I like eggs. So when I'm eating eggs, I want to know that there's eggs in it. I don't want the eggs to be a vehicle to deliver another crazy flavor profile. I put some cheese on it, you know. Do something, but don't go nuts. A chicken pushed this out of their hole for you. You don't even want to taste it. You're not even interested. You're like, oh, cool, this will be a good layer to put under hot sauce. Then on top of that, I'll put mozzarella. Then on top of that, I'll put like fucking peppers. I'll put a fucking fruit roll up in there. I'll roll that whole thing out. That's an omelet. You're not letting the egg do any of the talking in that conversation. Just eat the fruit roll up separately from the omelet, like a normal American breakfast. Oh, it's Slurp Von Lipstick on the Purgatory Podcast line once again. Right on cue. Hello?
Hey, I'd say I'm on my way, but I'm not really.
Look, why don't you just stop? Why don't you just pull over and reroute your GPS?
What GPS? What are you talking about? The only route I've memorized is how to get from my house to the studio. You know this. I have to use the rest of my brain for knowing what time it is all the time.
Can we just get time check over with? Then you can just go back home.
Go back home? I don't know where that is. I barely even know who I am at this point.
Hasn't it only been like 25 minutes?
It's just everything looks the same. You know, like this whole area looks like the Windows XP default background. Also, at this point, it's kind of hard to make out the exits because they're just whizzing by so fast. It's all a blur right now.
How fast are you going?
Oh, I'm going really fast because there's a cop behind me. They don't like it if you just keep going around the circle.
Oh my god, well then what? You should definitely pull over. Why didn't you pull over immediately?
Because I don't think you're allowed to stop in the middle of a roundabout. I don't think you could just stop your car here.
Okay, it's fine. Look, you're in your car. Clearly you can see what time it is. What does the clock say in the car?
It's 12:32 a.m.
Alright. That's from a man evading police for no reason in the middle of the night.
Wait, sorry, I'm getting a call. Hello, who is this?
Hey, this is Sergeant Crisco with the police.
Oh, like police, like the police. It's really nice to meet you.
Look, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but you're gonna get somebody killed out here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my way out of here, because I just keep going by that green hill.
Yeah, we all know the Green Hill.
But I can't remember if I was facing it or if it was behind me when I got into the rotary.
Okay, well, situational awareness is important when you're navigating.
Hi, this is the host of the Purgatory Podcast. Hey, why are you calling him? Just pull him over.
I can't pull him over in a roundabout, that's the law.
What? No, it isn't.
You want to go toe-to-toe with me on rotary law? I'll run circles around you once I yield to traffic coming from the left.
Look, I'm sorry I got lost. I just, it's a little confusing. Honestly, do you remember which one you came in from?
Yeah.
Okay, so were you facing the green hill or was it behind you?
I don't really remember. Where did I come from?
Oh my god. Stupid shit. Who do I have to call? What do I have to call the government about this?
Help us. We're stuck in the rotary.
Help us. Hey, do
We're
something.
stuck. Help us out.
What the hell? What are you doing?
I'm shooting my gun out the window in distress.
Help us out. Help us do something.
Why is everything my problem? You know what? I'm hanging up. This is self-care for me. I'm not dealing with this kind of thing anymore. Anyway, other things going on in my life. I had exactly $6 in cash, and then I spent it on something that was exactly $6. That's the end of our finance segment. And next up on the show, hold on, I'm getting summoned to a group call. I think I know who this is. Hello?
We are the circle now.
We are the circle now.
All hail the center of the circle.
All hail the center of the circle.
The inner core that keeps us bound in our orbit.
The inner bound that keeps us... What was that part?
Have you guys started worshiping the traffic circle?
You would too if you were here. You'd do the same thing.
I don't think I would. Maybe after... It would definitely take longer than 30 minutes. Well, you guys are gonna run out of gas eventually, and then you're gonna have to call AAA.
We cops get quadruple A.
You guys get an extra A?
I have gone around the circle now 120 times, and this pleases the traffic circle. It told me.
It doesn't talk to me yet. How does it talk to you?
I simply close my eyes while I operate this motor vehicle, and it says, keep doing what you're doing.
All right, well, enjoy your new religion, I guess. Sounds relatively harmless. I mean, to be honest, there are worse ones out there. I'm not gonna say which ones they are. What am I, stupid?
They say in traffic circle heaven you can go around a traffic circle at 125 miles per hour without anything bad happening to you.
I heard everybody gets their own traffic circle, so they can go around whenever they want.
You guys are freaking me out. I have to move on from this. Goodbye. Nobody normal is ever on this podcast. There's never been a guy who calls in and he's like, hey, my name's Brad. And I'm like, hey, Brad, and then we have a normal conversation. It's never happened. You'd think just by chance it would happen. But it's always this kind of shit. What's been going on with me? I've just been getting cool with it. I've just been being really cool all the time. Why do you ask? Would you assume that I'm not cool all the time? Just assume I'm a cool guy. Start there, and then let me disprove it to you. Maybe I've already done it. Maybe I'm not cool because I talk about dragons. I haven't talked about dungeons yet. It's fine if you talk about them separately. Never, ever, ever, never the twain shall meet. I officially declare this the closing ceremonies of the Purgatory Podcast. Play the closing ceremonies song. Louder. It needs to be way louder. It needs to be so much louder than that. You shouldn't even be able to hear me. You should not be able to hear my voice over the... That's better. That's much better. That's how we close every single episode of the podcast. We play this. We play all of these noises. They all happen. They all get ended. And then it stops. And then it's just back to me. Anyway, this has been the Purgatory Podcast, and If you listen to this, you're a nerd. And you'll never be on Love Island. See you later.